Have you ever pondered the transformative power of solitude? This isn't about being alone in a room. It's about the solitude of the mind, the solitude of the spirit. It's about the journey within, the path less traveled, the road to self-discovery. It's about the power of solitude to transform, to enlighten, to empower. Enter Miyamoto Musashi, a legendary figure from the annals of history, a renowned samurai, a philosopher, and the author of the infamous Book of Five Rings. But who was he really? Musashi was more than just a warrior. He was a thinker, a seeker, a man on a lifelong quest for wisdom and understanding. He was a self-made man, his life a testament to his philosophy. His words inspire millions, his teachings timeless. Musashi's work, Dokodo, or The Path of Walking Alone, is a profound exploration of solitude. It's not about physical solitude, but rather the solitude of the soul, the solitude of the mind. It's about finding oneself by losing oneself, about discovering strength in vulnerability, wisdom in silence, and power in solitude. Through his 21 principles, Musashi teaches us that solitude is not about isolation, but about self-discovery, about self-empowerment. It's about finding the courage to look within, to confront one's fears, to challenge one's beliefs. It's about learning to be comfortable in one's own skin, to be at peace with one's own thoughts, to be at home in one's own company. As we delve deeper into Musashi's teachings, we learn that the path of solitude is not a lonely one. It's a path of self-discovery, of personal growth, of transformation. It's a path that leads to a deeper understanding of oneself, of others, and of the world around us. And so we embark on this journey, a journey into the heart of solitude, a journey into the mind of Miyamoto Musashi. There is nothing outside of yourself that can ever enable you to get better, stronger, richer, quicker, or smarter. Everything is within. Everything exists. Seek nothing outside of yourself. Born into a world of chaos and war, Musashi was destined for a life less ordinary. As a young boy in the late 16th century Japan, he was thrown into a vortex of relentless conflict. His father, a renowned samurai, became his earliest mentor, instilling in him the values of discipline, courage, and the art of the sword. Orphaned at an early age, Musashi embarked on a journey of survival, shaping his own destiny. His life was a crucible of hardships, but each challenge forged his spirit, making it as sharp as the sword he wielded. The battlefield became his school, where he learned not just the art of war, but the art of life itself. Musashi began his journey as a samurai, a warrior. But he was not just any warrior. He was a warrior philosopher, a thinker amidst the chaos. These early experiences laid the foundation for Musashi's philosophy and his path of solitude. In his final years, Musashi penned Dokodo, a testament to his life and philosophy. This work, often translated as The Path of Walking Alone, is a collection of 21 precepts that encapsulate Musashi's perspective on solitude and self-reliance. The first precept, accept everything just the way it is, lays the foundation for the rest. Here, Musashi encourages us to embrace reality, to accept the world as it unfolds around us without resistance. It's a call to live in the present, to engage with the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. The seventh precept, in all things have no preferences, speaks to the importance of maintaining an open mind. Musashi urges us not to be swayed by personal biases or preconceived notions, but to approach each situation with a clear, unclouded judgment. The 15th precept, do not hold on to possessions you no longer need, reflects on the burdens of materialism. Musashi suggests that by relinquishing our attachment to physical possessions, we can achieve a sense of freedom and focus on what truly matters, our personal growth and development. Now you may wonder, how can these principles penned centuries ago by a samurai be applied in our modern world? The answer lies in their timeless wisdom. They encourage us to be present, to be open-minded, and to let go of unnecessary burdens. These are not just principles for a warrior, but guidelines for anyone seeking a meaningful and fulfilling life. By embracing Musashi's precepts, we can find strength in solitude. We can learn to rely on ourselves, to make peace with our own company, and to use our alone time as an opportunity for self-reflection and self-improvement. Dokudo, the path of walking alone, is not a path of loneliness, but one of self-discovery and self-mastery. It's not about isolating oneself from the world, but rather, it's about understanding who you are, independent of others. It's about finding your own path, your own truth, and walking it with confidence. Musashi's magnum opus, the Book of Five Rings, transcends the art of swordsmanship. It is a work that effortlessly extends beyond the battlefield and into the realm of everyday life, where the principles it espouses hold profound relevance. At the heart of the Book of Five Rings, we find Musashi's philosophy of solitude, a theme that weaves itself intricately throughout the text. This is not a solitude born out of loneliness, but rather a self-imposed isolation, a conscious choice to walk alone, and in doing so, discover the self. Musashi's teachings in this book, while originally intended for the samurai, are universal in their application. He speaks of the importance of knowing the rhythms of the world, of understanding that everything has a rhythm, and that aligning oneself with these rhythms can lead to success. This principle can be applied to everything from business negotiations to personal relationships. He also emphasizes the need for constant learning and improvement, a principle that is as relevant today as it was during the era of the samurai. Musashi believed that one should never consider themselves a master, but always a student, thirsting for knowledge and striving for improvement. In this digital age, where information is readily available and skills can be learned from the comfort of our homes, this principle reminds us to continually seek growth and never rest on our laurels. In the Book of Five Rings, Musashi wrote about the importance of perceiving that which is unseen, of understanding the subtle, underlying truths that often go unnoticed. In a world that often emphasizes the superficial, this principle encourages us to dig deeper, to look beyond the surface and discover the hidden truths. Musashi's teachings remind us that the path of solitude is not a lonely one, but rather a journey of self-discovery, of understanding the world and our place within it. His words resonate as strongly today as they did in the era of the samurai, shedding light on the path of solitude and the power it holds. In the words of Musashi, think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world. Musashi's teachings continue to resonate, centuries after his passing. The solitary samurai's philosophy, encapsulated in his works such as Dokudo, The Path of Walking Alone, and the renowned Book of Five Rings, has transcended time and geographical boundaries. Musashi's life was a testament to the power of solitude. Born in a period of strife and war, his journey from a young swordsman to a legendary samurai was one of constant self-improvement and relentless dedication. He embraced solitude not as a curse, but as a canvas to paint his life's masterpiece. His philosophy, distilled into 21 principles, is a guide for anyone seeking to understand life, themselves, and the world around them. These principles, though rooted in the world of the samurai, are universal in their application. They speak of integrity, respect, and inner strength, values that are as relevant today as they were in the 17th century. Musashi's teachings have inspired millions around the globe. From athletes to entrepreneurs, from artists to philosophers, his words have provided guidance and motivation. His emphasis on constant learning and improvement, on facing adversity with courage, and on the importance of discipline and focus, resonate with anyone striving to lead a meaningful life. But perhaps the most enduring aspect of Musashi's legacy is the transformative power of solitude he championed. In a world increasingly connected and noisy, the value of solitude, of quiet introspection and self-exploration is often overlooked. Musashi's philosophy reminds us of the potential that lies within each one of us, waiting to be unlocked through the power of solitude. His life and teachings invite us to question, to reflect, and to seek our own path. They remind us that growth and self-discovery often require us to walk alone, to embrace solitude, and to find our own way. In embracing solitude, Musashi found a path to self-discovery and personal growth. His philosophy invites us to do the same. In solitude, there is power. In solitude, there is growth. Our journey through the life and philosophy of the great samurai, Miyamoto Musashi, has led us here, to the path of solitude. A path not of loneliness, but of self-discovery, of personal growth, of strength. Musashi's teachings, his principles, his very life, are a testament to the transformative power of walking alone. His wisdom, distilled from the crucible of his experiences, echoes across the centuries, reminding us of the potential that lies within each of us. In solitude, we find ourselves. We learn to listen to our own voice amidst the clamor of the world. We discover our strengths, confront our weaknesses, and find the courage to face them. This is the power of the loner. This is the power of solitude. Remember, as Musashi said, there is nothing outside of yourself. The journey begins within. Embrace the path of solitude.